Here we are in one of the pits at Broadford on the Broadford Bonanza weekend, and one of the unique things about the Broadford Bonanza is that this is not a race meeting. No, it's not. So what is it? People come along here with their race bikes. Yes, they might have a racing license, their bike may have a racing logbook, but you don't have to have either to ride your machine at the Broadford Bonanza. For a very, very small fee, you can have your road registered bike, your unregistered bike in the garage that you love, that's a very fast bike, like this Honda CBR1100R, a very, very fine steed in its day and a great bike to have out on the track. You can bring it along and you can ride it. Yes, you can. So that's the joy. You get to see not only your usual race bikes, but all the additional stuff as well. And riders that want to have a go out there, you can have your turn on the track as well. And that's why we've got such interesting machinery here, right the way down pit row, stuff that you just never see before. So let's have a look at some of this really interesting machinery that don't normally make it to race meetings. So here we are in the pits with Doug. Doug, Bruce.
Pleased to meet you, Bruce.
Now tell us, Doug, why do you come to Broadford Bonanza?
I get a chance to use these bikes for what they were built for. Not that I can show the same abilities as the blokes that tested them to their closest ability, but it's fun to ride them. They're pretty safe, so long as you behave yourself, and you spend a lot of time building them up and cleaning them and making them right, so you like to use them and show them off.
So do you normally race at all? You got a racing licence?
I've got an old, I don't race now, and my licence has run out, but my grounding is in riding dirt bikes, enduros for 14 or 15 years in the old Dandenong Club.
Oh, right.
But and then as I got older and trail riding became a bit harder, I decided I had some friends that do race and still have, and I attend meetings with them, and these are the classes of bikes they're serious with.
So you've got a pair of CB1100R Hondas that are in absolutely beautiful condition.
I've also got the RD, which is the third member. There's three of them that come. There's 1981, 82 and 83.
Excellent. Now I've got to say I'm very happy because I can say that I actually rode one of these on the road in Japan about 100 years ago, and I was very pleasantly surprised by the performance. So these are basically road registrable race bikes, production race bikes.
Correct. Yeah, this one has been warmed up a bit. I think it's in its early life was raced. This one, as far as I know, has never been raced. And this one is completely original with the original exhaust pipes, which are pretty rare. And the only job I've got to do on this one now is pull the wheels out and get them painted up or whatever, coated, and that'll be. I have to try and talk Mum into letting me put it in the lounge room then.
That's right.
That could be a disaster.
So you got beautiful Olin piggyback shocks on the back, not standard, but they were de rigueur in the day, weren't they? The Olin's, the ultimate suspension.
Yeah.
And
this one's got the originals. Hopefully one day I'll find a pair of originals. Not that I'd replace those, but I'd put the originals in a box with the other bits and pieces that I've got from the original parts of this bike. And if the bike ever goes on to a new owner, I can give them the standard bits and they can go on then looking after the bike.
So how long have you owned this this pair of bikes for, Doug?
This one I've probably had it about 10 years. And this one probably about 4, 5. Yeah.
Well, they are absolutely drop dead gorgeous, and they are certainly really, really iconic bikes of their day. These were the bikes that every boy wanted to own. These are the hairy-chested gorilla monsters that you took out on the track and wrestled them to a position. I mean, never the lightest bike on the track, but they punched out a fair amount of horsepower.
I can remember as a young bloke watching the Castrol 6 Hour on TV religiously. This one just won the Vintage Japanese Club's Australia-wide national rally as the best 1980s bike.
I can believe that.
Very proud of that.
Very original. And that's great work. Well, as a custodian of it, so what would you be saying to anyone who has a bike like this, whether it's in their lounge room or in their garage under a sheet? They're not racing it regularly. Where would they bring it if they want to go and hear what it sounds like, not just look at the...
To somewhere like this?
The Broadford Bonanza?
The Broadford Bonanza. There's plenty of people in the background that can do specialty work on them if you're not up to the mechanical side of things, and my specialty is probably cleaning them. That's what I get told anyhow.
And it doesn't cost a lot of money to register and ride here either.
I've got this one is historic registration. It costs me about $74 a year for 3 months of riding, which with this bike and the other bike and this one here behind you.
Oh, this is road registered on historic plates.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, fantastic.
So
yeah, it's good value, isn't it? Yeah.
So if you've got one like this in your shed, you can bring it up to roadworthy standard and join a club, which is a thing that everyone should do, join a motorbike club, and they all have registers so as they can get their bike on a register, and that helps you get spare parts and things like so, because these registers they're like families, and they have meetings, and yeah, it's quite good, and it's a good hobby and pastime.
There you go. All right, you've heard it from the horse himself, Doug. It's great. Thank you for allowing us to show your beautiful pair of steeds, and we might even seek out your number 3 too, and see how we go. So This is what it's all about. Don't leave it in your shed. Bring it to the Broadford Bonanza. Let the world come and see it, and have some fun on it yourself.
For sure. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
There you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. So thanks for watching Twist Grip Tales. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and get your bikes out of the shed down to Broadford Bonanza. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.